Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nowhere Prophet. Why can I not remember the name of this game? Welcome back to Nowhere Prophet, which is a game that totally rules and I like very much, but you'd never know it from the fact that I can never seem to remember the title. I think we're in a wonderful position to put this to bed, to put this run to bed successfully. Remember, we want to... Hold on, I'm even going to go look at my notes. What is the wording here? Ignore the temptations of the crypt and rebuild the future on your own. That is the ending we are looking for. So we have three heal charges. We have a witness, a cleanser, a thunderblade, and a phalanx in our army wounded. Do we have a healthy witness? We have so many followers. We do have a healthy witness. Okay, so I'm just going to swap you out so we don't spend a heal on a witness. We have so few things that cost 3 that I kind of think I want to keep the cleanser wounded. So here's, I think what we're doing is... let's put Shredder back in. We definitely want to heal the Shredder. I think what we're looking at here is one use of healing on the crew, and then the other 2 uses on ourselves, because we are missing quite a bit of HP. And that means that some of my best followers are going to remain injured. I don't think Phalanx is getting healed. I think we're healing the Scion Ravager, probably. And then it's like, do we want to swap anybody else in here? Obviously, Hardliner's a little bit... Honestly, Hardliner's pretty good as a wounded card, and not to... It's kind of funny how the design of this game is making me think about our people. I'm like, well, we're getting toward the end. Obviously, it becomes more reasonable to sacrifice resources. If we lost the Hardliner at this point, it wouldn't matter that much. But the fact that that card has a face and a name on it makes me go, ooh, but that's a person. Come on now. I think this is how we're taking the heal. Yeah, okay. So, 1 heal of the followers, and then how much health am I missing? I'm missing 15. I could benefit from 15 health. I think this is how we're doing it. We have 48 hope, 101 food, only 59 batteries, which I think is not enough. If we see that door again, and I imagine the crypt is different every time, but if we see that door again, I don't think we can charge it, which is a shame. We could dismantle some stuff, though. We can still make batteries happen. I do want to play the Phalanx. I'm just fine with it being injured. And do we also want to put in the Hardliner? I think I do. I think the Hardliner at 3 for a 5/4 with his ability, he's actually a great card. And we're going to put the Cleanser back in as well. And Cleanser for 3 is real strong. So... we're definitely not going to play this. May as well dismantle it. We have no way of selling these machine parts, sadly. If we dismantle Coordinated Swarm... that gets us to 73, which with these machine parts, if we managed to somehow get rid of them, would be 79. Something, I guess I could have gone and looked. I didn't. Something in my brain is telling me that it was 80 batteries that were needed for that door. I mean, if we're not going to equip it, I may as well dismantle it, right? What's our equipment look like right now? The mortar's not amazing, but it has helped a couple of times. How many followers how many cards in my deck are drones? Obviously, we have the Cleanser, and we have incentive to move the Cleanser around sometimes. But it's really pretty drone-light at this point. The Shredder's a drone. I think I'm going to dismantle that. We're going to make us some batteries. I wish I had one more thing that I could break up. Yeah, I think we're just not going to make 80. Well, hopefully I'm misremembering then. And I don't... We could use a luxury, I suppose. Sorry, I'm like clicking around in the menus. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and use this. Because I would love that healing warmth. And with that, I think we're going in. I think we are ready to enter the gate. Time had come to enter the crypt. Alright, it would take the will of the combined convoy to make the gate move again. Let us open it. We gathered at the gate, my right hand pressed against the cold metal. Now is the moment to concentrate. We know how this goes. The crypt had opened for us because we are strong, not because we believe, but because, I'm magic. Okay, so we're almost at full health. And in fact, I'm not even going to need all the healing from that tea. Well, we're not given a lot of options here. We just put the entire convoy on high alert when a blinking red light approached us from a dimly lit side tunnel. It turned out to be a tiny white cube on wheels. Hello, folks! Ready for some delicious fun? The canteen is just ahead. Why don't we get some lunch there? It announced with an eerie cheerfulness. We are ignoring the temptations of the crypt. I destroy it. Well, that's gonna make up. I mean, we don't need food. Both because we have a ton of food and because we don't need food. But maybe following the machine might lead us to some hope, but also destroy it. I am resisting the temptations of the crypt. I am role-playing beyond what is necessary for our unlocks, I'm pretty sure. A rather promising path along one of the main corridors ended at shuttered blast doors, which we don't quite have the scholar skill to hack. That's a real shame. Well, let's try to force it. It took us a while, okay, but we did manage to force it. The blast doors opened swiftly, allowing us to continue without any trouble. So I don't really feel a need to take on fights. I guess I don't know what we're looking for here. All of these nodes are effectively the same. Let's just pick a direction. A large main corridor culminated in some kind of larger lobby. Once upon a time, this must have been the living area for the crew, but now it was in complete chaos. A myriad of small non-combat rusters were dismantling the entire place, collecting metal and electronics in growing piles. We are going to destroy them and also take their stuff. Yeah, 36 batteries. Hell yeah. We decided to do some harvesting of our own, and started shooting down the rusters to scavenge their energy cells. Apparently, they weren't programmed to react to this course of action, and blindly continued their work while being slaughtered. I feel bad-ish. Slightly bad. We were standing knee-deep in destroyed rusters, ripping their cells out, when we heard a sharp noise from a side tunnel. Several large security rusters barreled into the lobby, their weapons ready to take us on. Well, if we encounter that armory door, we are ready for it now. So what's your deal? You have coordinated swarm. Okay. It's a random enemy. Could be dangerous. Well, I don't think we want any of these in our opener. I think I'll hold on to those, though. Okay, not the best start we've ever had. Let's cycle out Core Champion? Yeah, our deck's gotten kind of slow. I'm realizing I don't actually know what this does. Stun all neighboring units. Okay. So if we destroy this guy, he'll be moved. If we do a damage to him. He would be moved, and then I'm pretty sure that those would interact. I think I'm just going to deplete him. Just buy time for our very slow deck. I guess I should start by scrapping. Oof. And look, we found all those very expensive cards that we threw away at the beginning of the game. I'm just gonna do some tempo play here. Hide in conjunction with Shredder is potentially very powerful. We might get some good value out of Hide here. Unfortunately, Shredder's gonna be somewhat weakened by the fact that there's a lot of health worth of garbage on their side of the table. Okay. Oh yeah, randomly me. None of this stuff. That's a shame. Mortar's doing good work. I don't think we need to full auto or anything, because the Mortar's just going to kill this guy next turn, right? So I don't have to do anything. But I could play something, I don't know. We could go Hardliner plus, I could just Hasty Blast right here to weaken up some of the columns and get that guy off the table. And I'm just thinking there that if we're talking about playing Shredder, we do have to get rid of some of these obstacles for him to be optimally useful, right? I think I'm going to do that. And it doesn't particularly matter where we stick our Hardliner. Alright, hopefully they don't have that. Yeah, Piercing Ray is very good. Okay, well at least they didn't have any other plays. So, what does that mean for me? What do I actually want here? Obviously, Thunderblade's fine. The unit attacks and destroys its target follower. You can't rage through a bunch of terrain. It feels a little wasteful. Maybe I'm being silly, but it's like I'm hesitating on the Thunderblade because I'm like, but the situation could be better. You know what? I'm gonna scrap our witness. Shield Comrade is also all right here. He doesn't, obviously, the extra life is cool, but just like establishing a 4/5 taunt, I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna play Shield Comrade. Okay. This guy has some damage. There's a non-zero chance. I don't know how exactly this is going to resolve. I'm wondering if we played Shredder and he did 1 damage to this thing, if the Robust would resolve immediately, or if the whole effect would go off first. Because I'm wondering if we might be able to see Shredder just kill this dude by hitting him 3 times. We could also play Spark Shaman followed by Panic Projector. I'd probably end up taking 2 after doing that, though. But we can just play Protector. I think I'm just gonna stick the Protector. We can get into shenanigans and stuff later. Do I want to scrap anything here? I kind of like all these cards, honestly. Yeah, we'll just pass. Shielded until your next turn, okay. Well... how do we want to deal with all these guys? Obviously, we can just, like, heavy slug this dude after the shielded wears off. We could also... I'm trying to think of how I want, like, obviously there's some tricky stuff going on here with doing damage to the enemy plus coordinated swarm. Because I bet random enemy target is not a term that seems very well defined to me. I'm wondering if it's even possible for them to hit stuff on our side that is obstacles, or if it's all going to go to the Protector. Maybe the right move is just attack with the Protector and then play Scion Avatar and largely ignore the enemies. Obviously, it makes my Protector pretty soft, but I kind of think that's what I'm going to do. And now I have a 10-7 and he has a serious problem, and let's see what he does. Random enemy target. There, okay, they can hit obstacles. That makes my destruction-based plans a little bit less terrifying. I'm taking a huge amount of damage here, though. Especially considering, like, the percentage of the game that I've had a taunt follower on the table. Alright, is it just full auto the middle column? It might be. So he has 25 health. Yeah, even if we were to dig and come up with Brain Drain, I don't have a kill on him this turn, right? Well, I guess I have Thunderblade in my hand too, which is worth remembering. There's 2 charges of that left, which is enough to kill Thunderblade. That could happen. This is a little bit of a tricky situation. If I played... Oh, I don't quite have enough to play full auto plus Shredder. Shredder's pretty bad, though, now that he's established so many guys who have so much health. Or at least he's less good, maybe is a fairer way to put that. So if we play Thunderblade, I can't really kill anything. The rage is going to be useless. It's just 4 damage to the enemy's face. 15. Yes, there's no version of this, even with the luckiest possible scrap, where we kill him this turn. I don't think. So we do have to deal with some of these guys. This will stun neighboring units, so I think the full auto to this column is probably necessary. Right, just to really minimize the amount of damage we're taking. And then they don't have enough to get through the protector this turn. So we smash and smash. And then I have 5 left. Is it just mercenary? It might be mercenary. I kind of hate this, but mercenary champion adjacent to this barrel. And then, you know, if there are shenanigans and we end up with an open slot somewhere, we have Thunderblade. Like we have a pretty reasonable attempt at a kill next turn. And I'm gonna cycle Panic Projector because we're really looking for... Okay, Frazzle's actually totally fine. I was gonna say we're just looking for things that deal damage to the enemy leader. And to be perfectly honest, giving our guy -3/-0 might turn out to have been a great move. It's pretty wild that he has triggered that thing that targets a random enemy target. Yeah, he triggered it 5 times, and 4 times it hit me. In 2 of those cases, there were 7 other legal targets. Okay, well he dies, but I definitely feel like there was some nonsense going on with the targeting. And I think I'm going to take this kill with the Thunderblade. We're going to move you back. Yeah, it feels like there was some real nonsense going on in me taking 14 this battle. Well, that's a place where I could regain some health, and I think we must do that. I think, not must, but definitely should. Alright, so we only have 1 charge here. It goes on me, right? Like, as much as I want to heal my followers, them dying doesn't lose us the game. Yeah. Moving past an abandoned control point, we found an eerie hall that mostly consisted of large, dark cubes. About a third of them seemed to be active, their lights flickering. We did see this event before. I'm gonna let Wanderer access the computers. Okay, we had overlooked an armory down the corridor. Hey, that's where we're headed, and we totally have 125 batteries with which to try to open the door. Our convoy had arrived at a defunct old security checkpoint whose ancient arch seemed stretched over the road. Everything seemed to be powered down. There were 2 smaller buildings nearby, potentially cargo facilities containing useful loot. Potentially, but we don't really need anything right now. So we're just going to keep moving. Okay, it was 80. We will power the door ourselves. It took quite a few batteries to breathe life into the reinforced door. First its panel lit up, and eventually the motor started moving. Behind it we found a good-sized room featuring a precious collection of armaments sitting in neat racks just waiting to be collected. Amazingly, they had been untouched since the crash. Let us collect them and move on. Hard to imagine unequipping the stuff I have now, but okay. Oh, that's interesting. I think that I probably want to dismantle this. Stun off, like, we have 3 paralyzing shocks. Blinding Beam plus Paralyzing Shock kills all of our enemy's stuff. I mean, it costs 7 and 2 cards. But also, there's, like, buying time is way better for us than it is for our enemies, generally speaking. So let's... I have to view details. Yeah, the dismantle button's here. Okay. That was cool. That was an okay find. We've discovered a Metasleeve. When a friendly follower is healed, deal that much damage to the first target in the opposing row. Interesting. I don't think we want to do Inner Peace. I think our cards are basically the way they ought to be already. A friendly follower is healed. Do we want to... We don't really have any healing, so I guess we don't want to equip that. I think our equipment is right. That's cool stuff, though. Alright, the Crypt Core. We found it. 30 health, and mostly a pretty healthy convoy. Alright, I don't think we need to just attack blindly. But also, does it help to talk to it? We kind of know what's going on already, right? Yeah, let's just attack. At the heart of the crypt slept a demon. It had attacked us every step of the way on our way into the crypt, and now it had stolen the voice of the stars to trick us. But we were not so easily fooled. As we started firing into the darkness, a single red eye lit up, yeah. And then we did the fight. Okay. The Kalarati. A terrible machine, forged out of the crypt itself. Just gonna do the thing we always do now, I feel like, and throw away our entire opening hand. And then I'm gonna hold on to the Paralyzing Shock. We might actually... Paralyzing Shock might turn out to be valuable. Ooh, Scion Ravager on the first turn is so good. Let's make all of your cards garbage. And then, do I want to... I'm going to scrap the Shield Comrade, I think. Okay, Thunderblade's a good draw. So he has 36 overall health. Well, I could just black that guy out and crush him and then also play Veteran Gladiator. Sorry, play Veteran Gladiator first, obviously. I think I kind of like that. Let's just make you a normal 2-2 and then engage in violence on you. And then... I think I'm good. I think I'm no scrap. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to give guys +0/+2 sometimes. Not a big deal. Gary, add a copy of random friendly follower to your hand with cost reduced by 1. Okay. That's not a big deal. So we could scrap something for a lethal blinding spray. I think that's probably the right move. And then we get there for a whole bunch. So let's scrap out Core Champion, or... I think it's Core Champion. That's the card I'm least likely to play here. This is pretty great. And kill. And kill. One thing I wasn't really thinking about is the way that this guy's Slave Gladiators will get us to our hand limit and cause us to stop drawing cards. Which is becoming a real concern. Alright, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good card. Ooh, pretty bad if that's the only thing you have, though. What do I want to do? I mean, obviously I want to attack for 5. Lumbering Chumball's not quite an awesome play yet, which is a shame, because Chumball plus Slave Gladiator's like pretty alright. Maybe what I do instead is Panic Projector plus Slave Gladiator? It's like, I like Panic Projector when my opponent still has a ton of stuff in his hand. And then I'm gonna play Gladiators into these like gaps and start having them chop down the support columns. Nothing bad happens when we break these, right? No, okay. Alright, that's not a big dude. Not a big dude, not a big deal. He's also not a big dude. This would be a really fun time to draw that kill everything in the column card. I forgot we even had Confront in our deck. I don't want... Can we not with this? Paralyzing Shock is fine. Obviously, I'd rather not play it, because next turn we can use Paralyzing Shock to kill his whole board. So how do I want to do this? I think running the 2/6 into the 2/1 to break the barrier... Like, breaking the barrier doesn't really mean anything, because again, we're going to destroy his whole board. But what it does accomplish is him discarding a card. I'll take that. You maybe just move to safety for a minute? Like, step behind this? have you do that, and then I'm kind of thinking about, like, Protector here, maybe? And then we smash open a path. I don't really want the Protector on the table right now. Or in an attackable position right now, because there's the 5-5. I guess I do have to... I have to stop that 5-5 from killing me, though? Maybe it's... maybe it's Lumbering Chumball right here. Plus Porcupine Prana to... That's not the right guy. Porcupine Prana to just waste his turn. And then hopefully he'll play a whole bunch of stuff. That's a construct, not a follower. Yeah. You know you want to play one more guy. Okay, that didn't really help us very much. Okay, do we want to make the Panic Projector take damage from something before we blow up his board? I think so. Oh, that guy is taunt. Alright. Then we double Paralyzing Shock. That's pretty fun to do. And then we just break some stuff. And all of a sudden, I feel like I have a real position here. I don't think I want to... Do I want to push this thing? I guess if I want to do it, I can do it next turn, right? And I'm going to scrap Slave Gladiator. Draw me a real card. Okay, Trapper's interesting. And a Shaper. Alright. So we know what that is. It's an Overseer. Ah, and because it has a cost reduced, it gets the taunt. That's interesting. Alright, I'm going to start by scrapping the Storm Signal. I think its time has passed. Okay, Beam's not a great draw. If we played Trapper, it would destroy everything. So that's not a good idea, I think. Okay, let's do this. And then we can beam this row, right? That leaves me with 6. We can play like... Gosh, I wish Thunderblade had one more point of toughness, you know? I could just play Protector instead. Protector plus one of the Slave Gladiators. But if I do things that way, I don't get to attack. Yeah, I think I want to do this. And then we have the Chumball. Eat that, dude. And then it's... Scar Chief is 5/7... I think it's Scar Chief. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with the way this is going so far. Now he's probably got a bunch of damaged leader cards. Okay, that's not a big deal. Nope, apparently he just had a bunch of weird buffs. You know what would be really funny is a Deplete or a Heavy Slug. I think I'm going to scrap the push. I don't think we really benefit from the push very much. Odds are pretty good that I'm just gonna use Light Blast to break the barrier and then have our 5/7 kill him. Yeah. Okay, so let's scrap this. Show me something cool. Heavy Slug's pretty cool. But we get to do this in a way that doesn't draw him a card. I think we ought to do that. Alright, 5/7. I think it's worth killing this thing, just because it's annoying. Alright. That went pretty well. I killed it, and then I was like, oh wait, I have lethal. I didn't need to do that. Not that I shouldn't have done that. It's fine to do it. Interesting. Do we actually want to play another cleanser? I might, actually. Cleanser, a wounded cleanser is pretty good in our deck. With a shuddering explosion, parts of the machine giant broke off, and then it's trying to talk to us, but we're just like, no. There's no more time for words. I am denying you the temptations, etc. Okay, so we did take a wound on our Scion Ravager there. I think I'm gonna pull him for the cleanser. I was thinking, like, I don't want to make our deck too much less consistent. No, I'm gonna leave you in. I'd feel really bad if Jax died at this point. Jax has done so much for us. I'm gonna cut Jax out because I will feel bad if Jax dies, which is a little silly. Alright, the Flint Spawn thing. I remember this. Let's not have any of those. And we have all these cards in our deck that are like wounded down to 3 and stuff now. It's just, there's just too many cards. Too many cards for consistency. Let's cut... Man, 6/7 with Rage is a fun card. I mean, I want to try to draw something that costs 3. Those are all so good, though. Alright, well, that's fine. So how does this work exactly again? It's when you take damage, okay. So, obviously we've got a pretty good Light Blast here. Yeah, I think it's got to be scrap something and play Light Blast, right? I'm going to scrap the Cleanser, which would have been really good to have last turn, I think. So I think we actually have a good situation for Hide, Paralyzing Shock, and like all of our other cards are awesome. And again, at this point, at the beginning of the game, we're mostly just looking to not take any damage while I wait for my numbers to build up. That's a pretty good card. We Hasty Blast plus nothing. I guess if I kept the 3-cost card in my hand, we could have Hasty Blasted plus play a 3-cost. I'm gonna scrap you. Okay, we did not draw anything. I think what I'm actually gonna do here is just play something, if that wasn't, in case that wasn't clear. I kind of just want to establish the Scar Chief. Like, he might just get wounded out, taking 5+, but if he doesn't, he's terrifying. And then if he takes the bait and he snipers me and then doesn't actually get the kill, we have Hide to refresh him, and, like, I think that's actually very good. I think we have an opportunity here. Oh, he's got his own Shredder. Well, the good news is it literally can't kill my guy, but it might make him... Okay, we got lucky there, and it didn't even make him tradable. His own Shredder is a problem, though. Well, we could just black that guy out and make him not able to do stuff for a little bit, because he'll have to knock his way through the pillar first. It's an interesting situation. We could also just use Hasty Blast to kill him and the pillar. We don't have a great solution to this guy. If I do Blackout plus my own Shredder, there's a small chance we get that kill. Oh, wait a minute. We actually have a situation where a friendly unit with Brawl can destroy an enemy target and make him really good. Why don't we do that? Did that not... When a friendly unit with Brawl destroys an enemy target, gain +2/+2. I guess... Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe what this is saying is it's supposed to give +2/+2 to the friendly unit. I thought it was the Scar Chief would get +2/+2. No, because if it worked the other way, it would say that unit gets... I don't know why that didn't trigger. It, like, absolutely should have. Well, we're also going to do this. And then we're going to go to the face. I guess I can't. I was thinking we would black that guy out, but that totally doesn't work. Because the status effect will return him even if his revenge doesn't. It gains Echo Black. And also he's shielded, right? Well, that might have been there were some errors there. Wow. What? 8-5 overwhelming robust? That's a guy that you shouldn't be allowed to have. What the hell? Alright, let's black that dude out, for one thing. And then I'm gonna scrap Confront, hoping for... Porcupine Prawn is not bad. What I was hoping for there was, the stun all enemy followers thing. Because we could have just done that, plus Paralyzing Shock for the wipe. Shredder feels like he's probably not going to get anything really accomplished here. I mean, we can have you eat the 4-4. Oh, no, wait, shielded... He can still be targeted by my guys, right? Yeah, okay. So you can eat the 4-4, and then we can just play Porcupine Prana. That guy's not overwhelming anymore, so Porcupine Prana will buy me time. Yeah, like Prana plus Jumball is actually quite good, right? And I also still get to attack for 6. I could have... No, actually I couldn't. I was going to say I could have done that in a different order, but no, I couldn't have. What am I thinking? I'm gonna make us lose now at this point, it looks like. I gotta stop partially doing the math on our turn. That guy's at least very killable. That I like 100% deserved. I'm so glad he did that instead of attacking me for 6 though. Okay, that's a good use for that card. I think we probably scrap one of our leader cards looking for either one of the other 2 Paralyzing Shocks or the stun thing. Right? Because we're in, like, kind of dire straits right now. Hyde has a lot of potential here. There are things we can do with Hyde. But I'm wondering if it's the thing we dropped, because Frazzle also is very good. Heavy Slug. Okay. Well, so we can Heavy Slug plus Frazzle. I can Heavy Slug the 8/8 and then Frazzle him and make him lose all his cards. Then he's got a 2/2 and a 6/6, and I guess I could just trade the Shamball for the 6/6 and just not attack him. Maybe that's the right way to buy time. Alright. Heavy Slug, Frazzle. Kill the 6/6. He's got his protective thing up. And then we'll just take 2 here, and we'll start building a board. Alright, that's annoying. Right now we're in a position where Shredder's still, like, very, very good, though, right? That makes Shredder slightly less good. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Oh, right, I forgot about the mortar. The mortar makes things wonderful. Alright, so let's play Shredder. Let's establish Shredder. And then... just don't do anything else? I guess it's don't do anything else. Shredder's really good here, though. Yes, he did it. He did that in the perfect way. Alright, and then I was going to go fishing for I mean, I'm still going to cycle momentum transfer. Okay, beam's fine. Obviously, we don't play beam. We need to build up about 30 damage on our side of the board before we attack again. Okay. Does he have the other one? He does not have the other one yet. That guy costs 4, which means Trapper kills him if I want to do that. I could play Trapper and then Veteran Gladiator. Just trying to like get damage up, get ready to do stuff. I think I'm gonna play the Trapper. We don't have a clean way of killing that guy without, you know, other consequences for a little bit here. And then Veteran Gladiator's pretty good. And then you just open up another space for me to play another follower into next turn, and I don't think we need Storm Signal. Brain Drain's pretty good. Alright, let's see what he does here. The guy without taunt, that's a good answer. Okay, that's fine. I played that guy as a 5/5, and a 5/5 he shall remain. Sorry, a 4/5. So, I have no more scrap projectiles. So we have 9 points of straight leader damage in our hand, which is not quite enough, right? Because we have 14, 19... Yeah, we have 27 damage. So what I really want to do here is just play something. I want to establish another guy. I'm pretty sure there's nothing I could draw that will make this... Like, if I were to scrap, I don't think there's anything I could draw that would make this a kill. Because we just don't have the energy for any more kill. So it sucks that this guy's robust. Because that means that we don't really have a way of dealing with him. I could just use a Paralyzing Shock, I suppose. Like, Paralyzing Shock plus, like, Mercenary Champion. Open this thing up with you. I think that's actually what I'm doing. And then we have lethal. We have 30 damage. Provided that he doesn't do anything completely crazy to us. And I think Panic Projector's pretty bad here. Okay, another beam is interesting. So if he plays a guy with taunt, reduce the costs. Wow, that's a really good card. Also, super creepy image. But yeah, that's a really, really good card. That's super frustrating. What an incredibly annoying thing for him to do. Because that means we're back in the same situation. Except now I can kill his drone without damaging him. Right? Blinding Spray will black it out, and then that leaves him with a 1/4, but the 1/4 can't do much more than do a single point of damage to me. It's like, break this. Hold on a second. Am I being silly here? Because I could just move the Trapper out of the way. What are we actually at? We're at 12 plus 9 is 21 plus... Yeah, okay. We still can't make this work. Alright, I'm going to do this. Enough of you. And then break this thing. And we may as well just, like, disable any further shenanigans of that kind. I can't stop him from being able to do that. I think we move the Trapper to not the front row. And we play like a Shield Comrade? I'm so nervous that if I play a guy, he's going to get permanently removed. But yeah, we play Shield Comrade. Because I don't want to do Spark Shaman here. Yeah. Okay, that guy's not a problem. His name is appropriate. He is an Ender. Okay, he chose not to do one to me, which I really appreciate. Okay, so now we extremely have him. So we go... Who's getting the kill? Does it matter much who gets the kill? Yes, it should be the shield comrade. So we could do that by going 10, 18, 24, 27. Yeah, we just do everything and have the shield comrade go last. I don't have to get fancy. The guy doesn't have taunt, right? Deal 1 damage to 4 random enemy targets. Okay, that's not going to be a problem. It doesn't matter where we do the beam. I'm going to do it in a place that doesn't damage anybody else. Then we brain drain you. Okay. I goofed up there and cost us some life. Some rusters. Ooh, I might play another shredder, to be perfectly honest with you. I think we're going to run that shredder. Alright, there's one more fight, right? I believe there's one more fight. We moved forward, past the metal corpse and toward the blue stars. An enormous cluster of processing substrate... right, we know this stuff. Symbiosis required to secure objectives. I will examine the vault. Yeah. The opening is filled with an array of small cylinders. We don't want to take in the cylinder. How do we use these? Destroy the vault. Machines had brought too much terror to this world. We could not be part of their rebirth. Instead, we picked up our weapons and concentrated all our firepower on the vault. We only stopped once the seeds had been reduced to dull shards of plastiglass and substrate. The echoes of the last gunshots vanished, leaving us in the scarred and lifeless hall. Okay, we did it. We got the unlock. The machine god had killed itself, and its evil twin and children were reduced to shards. Now we were the true rulers of the crypt, so it was up to us to decide the future. Should we use the knowledge and power of the crypt as resources to expand out into the world? And if we did so, should we do it with words or weapons? Or would it be wiser to lock the crypt's doors and foster our community hidden from the world? I know we already got the unlock, but it did say the unlock text is rebuild the future on your own, and I feel like we've been playing toward that the whole time. That's sort of like what's in character for us. So we're going to civilize the world, but this time without the machine. You know, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna rebuild things on our own. It says rebuild the future on your own. Do you think that that's more of an isolate yourself? No, it just means without the machines. We're gonna go forth and civilize the world here, and we managed to beat the threshold for one of these things. Alright, should we start a trading community? Should we bring the wonders of technology? Should we turn the crypt into a monastery? I think we will trust in our humanity. Once we had explored the crypt and destroyed the remaining rusters, it had become the safest place on Soma. Soon we started to send out word that this was to become a place of peace and humanity. The downtrodden and cast out were accepted as equals here. Word spread quickly, and caravans of the poor streamed toward the crypt. It would become a place of safety and humanity. How many more times can we jam the word humanity into this text? Alright, I feel pretty good about that. That was an extremely slow run. We unlocked a ton of stuff. I don't exactly know how you... I guess the Hermit was probably just, like, get to level 10. We probably just... This is the first time we got to level 10, so we got the Hermit. We lost 15 followers, and I feel bad about every single one of them. Lots of good murder happened, though. So I don't feel bad about the people we murdered. I feel bad about our people who got murdered. Maybe that says something about me. Maybe that's not such a good sign. This game is really... I'm really enjoying this. I'm glad that I finally got around to playing this. So let's have a quick look at the new stuff that we unlocked. So we got... wait, we had the Explorers already, right? Yeah. The Traders. This is what we just unlocked. So 2 workers, 1 conscript. Okay, that's an interesting guy. I'm not super happy about a low-cost man with revenge and only 3 health, because that guy's gonna die all the time. He is permanently dead. He's dead sitting in your deck, dead. Cutthroat's kind of a cool dude. 1 initiate, a pariah. So I'm much more comfortable with this kind of guy. Devoted guard, a looter. If you have 4 or fewer energy cells, gain +1/+1. Oh! First turn 4/5. That's a really cool guy. And, like, even if you draw him late, a 3/4 for 3 is not so bad. Shepherd, or 2 shepherds, 1 warden, crashjacker, a merchant king. Ooh, that's cool. Pathfinder we've seen before, a craver. Wow, that guy, that guy is intense. He seems all right. He's gonna die a lot, but a lot of the time you'll play him and he'll immediately kill stuff, so that's cool. Each market has 1 extra piece of equipment. Hope gain from luxury items is reduced by 4. That is harsh. And eventually we can unlock the first follower that joins your side suffers blackout? Is that... I guess we have a bunch of guys with downsides. So that's the idea, is you accumulate more cards with downsides, and that's actually kind of a cool design. Gain 5% more batteries when selling, and add 2 near mercenaries to the starting deck. That's really interesting. Have we seen... I don't think we've seen any other traits that modify the deck right away. The Pioneers, are these guys that we unlocked this run? Custodian, Ordnance Runner. Now that I understand what Blast does, obviously I have different feelings about cards that say Blast on them. When this follower destroys an obstacle, gain +0/+2. That seems pretty good. That guy's going to be able to destroy obstacles while dealing damage to enemies quite frequently. Demolitions Expert is really cool. Signal Bearer's kind of whatever. I guess Signal Bearer... Yeah, I don't know. That guy doesn't seem to really fit here. He's just sort of like a guy who's fine. 4/6 Taunt, that's exciting. Fill rows with obstacles on both sides. You have a 50% chance to go second. Which, okay, I can see the value of that with the way this deck's constructed. Gain a hope whenever you destroy an obstacle, but you have to play a bunch of Union followers. Is it obvious? Is there, like... Maybe it just means followers that have Union in their name. I was thinking that there might be a tag for that. But yeah, it's probably just guys who have Union in their name. Reduce cost for luxury items by scrapping cards. You'll get Caretaker the first time you do a run. I scrap 50 cards a game if I could. Start with a trench shovel. That's cool, and you're motivated to get it. And then the Hermit. The Hermit's a convoy. I kind of assumed it was a class. What is the deal with this deck? How do you even play this? If this follower is reduced to 0 life points, put it on the bottom of its leader's deck with strength and cost increased by 1. Huh. That's a weird... So swap your starting and maximum hand count. Reduce the maximum convoy deck size by 12 cards, but I get you only have 3 cards in it, so whatever. You take no damage from an empty convoy deck. Okay. Huh. That's a really strange deck. I don't know if I think that's any good. Paired Mind gives you an extra card. Uncover an additional card before selecting when leveling. That's cool. And start with a focus. Also cool. Oh, hey, actually, the Hermit might be a good way to go if you're trying to unlock that forget more than you knew when you started thing. That's a convoy, right? I just have written down here, the Forgotten. I didn't note which things are convoys and which things are leaders, which I maybe should have. Does it say on here what we did to unlock it? No, I'm sure it's just get. Just get somebody to level 10. Okay, well that's really interesting. I don't know who we're going to play next. Did we unlock a leader? No, we didn't get a leader. We still have to look out for these things. We almost had Shrika. Okay, well, that's going to be it for us for right now, obviously. I'm not going to start another run 54 minutes in here. I think we might attempt the daily again. Oof. Magic and Sloth. But you know what? We're attempting tomorrow's daily, so it won't matter. That is definitely, though, going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, when we're totally going to attempt the daily, probably, but I have no idea who we're going to do it with. And we'll see you then.